Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Eden Prairie Community Center. High school hockey on the air at the MNHockey.tv, a late conference matchup. Bart Archer and yours truly, Pete Wagner, at home at the Eden Prairie Community Center high atop with the Minnetonka Skippers. What I think one of the hottest teams in high school hockey. 7-2 in their last 9 games, taking on the Eden Prairie Eagles, who, Bart, have appeared to right their ship with some really good play last weekend.
Well, indeed, P. Wagner. Now I got a little volume on that. But, yeah, Minnetonka has been playing outstanding puck. As you said, they've only lost 2 of their last 8. But Eden Prairie has righted the ship, so to speak. They just had a little bit of an interruption. But the challenges that they had was the 2-2 tie after 3 games in a row in the holiday tournament. Then they played 3 more in the tournament down at Dakota. And then the follow-up game is where they had some struggles. So once they kind of got their legs back about them, they're starting to play Eagles hockey again. But this really promises to be an outstanding matchup with a really torrid pace tonight.
Well, indeed, and I think, Bart, it's going to be one of those factors of, I don't want to say when you're as versed as the Eden Prairie Eagles are coming into this with just 2 losses on their record, but to a degree, which Eagle team are you going to get? Are you going to get the one that could explode and score 6 goals, or that could get ground down into a defensive tussle? I'm not sure.
Well, I think it really comes down to the blue lines in the neutral zone as who can manage those better. I think both teams have done a better job of not only holding the puck in the offensive zone but protecting their own blue line. But it all really gets down to the transition game. Both teams transition very, very well. And who transitions better and minds their own blue line, I think is going to have a greater chance for success. But it all comes down to shots on goal, too, and getting the opportunities. Minnetonka is good about getting the shots. Just maybe not the abundance, but Eden Prairie's defense is often overlooked. Everybody looks at them like an offensive dynamo, but this team can defend as well. Both teams can, actually, but Eden Prairie, it is a feather in their cap for sure.
Goaltending is going to be key for sure, and we will be watching Axel Rosenlund in goal for the Eagles. State tournament tested, was real good in that, and I believe it's Anders Irene getting the start in goal for the Skippers, or did I see that wrong?
I think it's Brandon Chance tonight. Either way, for both teams, whatever goaltender's in, you're going to get a good quality performance.
We'll pause for your national anthem. Bart, it's chilly out. I went with the winter hat.
Well, you're smart.
What does
man.
it say on it?
Tradition Companies.
Presented by Tradition Companies. Check them out at traditionco.com. You should see their U.S. Pond Hockey Championship hats they came out with. There's some really impressive things, Bart.
Well, I think a hat's almost required equipment. Would it not be? I mean, just with the weather that it is. It's finally a year where the weather is kind of cooperating. Nice and cold outside makes for a pretty quick game. But I think we're going to have a great pace here tonight, P. Wagner. These teams are familiar with each other. Both teams are playing very, very well. Trending coming in here, so something's got to give tonight. But I'm looking forward to a really nice contest.
A nice crowd is assembled here tonight at the Eden Prairie Community Center from north to south across this facility, and the bleachers as well. I understand there's some prominent college coaches in the house.
Well, yeah, there's some dignitaries in here, but I think everybody drove themselves because I had a beast of a time trying to find a parking
they're
spot.
working out. Good to see Eric Jones is in the house right now. Jonesy. Haven't heard from him in a while. Man.
Well, Newhouse against John.
Newhouse.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's have some fun.
Jumping in quickly there was Streeter and Steves. Now it's going to be Langfells who gives over for Luke Middlestad to Holt, who might have the best salad here on the ice. It's interesting, without the all-tournament hair team that we've been so accustomed to, these guys aren't letting it fly anymore. I mean, they're all kind of like a little more on the conservative style with the hair. They're not growing it out.
No, and I think I like the focus. Let's focus on the job at hand so we can get down to the tournament.
Look good, feel good, play good, right? I mean, come on, man.
Right. Brought to you by Gemini Athletic Wear.
That's right. That's GeminiAthletic.com. Miller to the left wing side. That misses the mark. Met his parents here tonight. Met a bunch of Minnetonka families that I was very happy to meet along the way. Now it's going to be played back up to the right wing side, back through center. It's swung back in by Lacombe behind the net. That's going to be cut off. Busby is there. Steves leaves this one up to the left wing side for Middlestad on the tape. Back they go through center. Here comes Langenbrunner on the move. Langenbrunner plays this one back to the corner. That's steered back off the glass, and Steves is with it as he has that one bounce into the corner. That's going to be handled now by the Skippers. Conan, as he plays that one. Keppers plays that one into the corner. Around to the right wing side, there's Holt. And now it's going to be John Middlestad with it as he's angled on the play by Zitzloff. He'll stay strong on the puck, back through. Oh, and there's a chance out front. Down on the play goes Shepard, and there's going to be a penalty coming up on the Skippers.
Wow, and it was a bit of a take his feet out from under him. It was Shepard that was trying to get a redirect, but it was Zitzloff that took his feet out from under him. So early in this period, just a minute 10 in, Minnetonka goes to the box, gives this Eden Prairie team a power play. 27.7 power play for this Eden Prairie Eagles squad, 81.4 penalty kill for the Skippers. Great opportunity it is for Eden Prairie. They win the faceoff. Langenbrunner walks it out to the center, puts a shot on goal. It's blocked by Newhouse, but it's Holt over on the wing to Langfells. Back to Langenbrunner, just inside the blue over to Holt. Holt fires, blocked by traffic in front. And then it's Kiffin that sends it all the way down the ice as Langenbrunner gives chase. It's Rosenlund that checks it up behind the goal. Sends it on the side to Langfells. And he tries to send it back, but nice job by Newhouse to stop that attempt. And now it's Lager back at center ice. Tries to turn it up, but stopped. And here comes Johnson. Tyler Johnson on the left wing side, forced the outside by Kiffin. Good defense by Minnetonka, forcing him outside. This is Riku Brown. Pete, when you're ready, take over anytime. But Brown doing a little magic.
Absolutely working on a camera setting there. Now it's going to be Holt with it. His shot was blocked. Brown, or that's Riku Brown, watched on the play by Kiffin. The big frame of Riku Brown now. Big kill here. Big power play, the early goings of this game. Tone setter. So far, the Eagles have had the jump offensively. They've had a nice little spark. As it's going to be Luke Middlestad with it. Back in behind the net. He'll look back up ice. Across center red. That one's knocked down by the stick. They're going to play this hard around the boards. That's Bear. And now it's going to be Busby to play to the corner. Bear for the Skippers. Anderson was there to make a positional play. Shepard back to the corner to Steves. He'll look this one up to the line. That was partially deflected by Streeter, but Luke Middlestad finds John. John Middlestad now dangles to the corner. Nice little feed for Steves. Back up high for Luke Middlestad. Gives off to the left wing side. Busby. Look for a little move to the inside, didn't have it. Scores! Oh, my word. Catch and release there for Luke Middlestad. That thing came in a hurry. Nice feed from Busby. The screen was set up. Irene never saw it. Back of the net. 1-0 Skippers.
Well, it really started out as a nice keep, but this is where the Eden Prairie Eagles gained the zone and worked the puck around. But they had a couple decent opportunities. I like the patience on this Eden Prairie team. They didn't force the issue, but it was a good shot from Luke Middlestad. I was kind of wondering if Shepard might have redirected that one. Nonetheless, power play goal for Eden Prairie. 1-0 lead early. 14:05 left in the first period. We're back to 5-on-5. .254, Luke Middlestad from John Middlestad, power play goal, and that's where we stand right now.
Back in from the corner now. Power play goal for the Eagles. They get the quick 1-0 lead. They have a nice purpose and tempo start to this hockey game. Back in behind now, it's Zitzloff with it. Off the boards to the center ice area. That's knocked in by Worms. No ice on the play. Stansberry from the corner. Bumps for John Mittelstadt. Lagerback looks at him as Mittelstadt dishes off to Holt on the right wing. He'll come back in across the line on entry. Gives off to Steves. Plays back around to the near corner. Now it's going to be Busby. John Mittelstadt back in behind for Holt, who looks back over to the right side. Steves back over for Holt. Now John Mittelstadt comes away with it as he gets knocked off the puck there. Lagerback takes over as they'll work it through. 3-on-2 through center. Steves with the back pressure. Lagerback cuts to the forehand. Karam off the end boards. It's going to be Keppers with it. Turns away from John Mittelstadt. Looks out front. Lagerback. Ooh, he's dangerous down low. That's turned aside by Rosenlund on the right pad. Now Lacombe back for Lagerback. Brings it around. Want to try to force that one home. Nice little chance there. He nearly got the puck up, and it could have been trouble.
Well, and that was the second good opportunity. The first one, he used his quick hands to put a shot toward Rosenlund, but then Minnetonka maintained the possession and played down low, tried to sneak it out short side, but Rosenlund closed that door in a hurry. But good pressure by Minnetonka, kind of getting back into the offensive flow. Hard to get into a flow when you're killing a penalty off, but 5-on-5, they're looking like they're kind of getting their legs about them, Pete.
Look at this. Patrick Griswold on board. Daughter Callie living the life.
Hello, Coach.
Either we're giving her nightmares or putting her to sleep. It's
or all the above, one of the two.
Callie, how are you, kiddo?
And a nice win by Holy Angels in their backyard last night. Or the night before, Tuesday.
Shoved up to the right wing side. Shepard. Or checked that. That was Jorgensen, rather, over to the near side for Newhouse. Checked on the play. Shot just buzzed wide. That came from the right side by Bear. Now it's going to be through center. Pergandy, big physical center iceman, bulldozes his way down and plays it up to the right wing side. Newhouse likes open ice. He's got it across the line. Looks to feed the oncoming Nick Henry there. Now it's going to be Pergandy to play this one back in deep behind. Eagles will change forwards. D-men stay up high. Now out of the zone, it's going to be handled out by Conan as he looks ahead. Off the glass and sent in deep by Harris. Now it's Stansberry all the way around for Johnson. Checked on the play. Quinn is there to throw some leather on Steves, and now it's going to be sent back in behind. Marble is there for the Eagles. Looks back up ice, tries to play that through the forecheck. Over hard to make the play was Worms, and through the legs of Conan, Zitzloff will regroup in his own zone with 11:14 to go in the period. Now here's Zitzloff with it as he puts on the brakes. Ooh, plays that out, fanned on it, but it worked out. Worms gives off for the oncoming Conan, finds Zitzloff across the line. Brown turns it back up ice. Keppers watches him. Nice stick check by Conan. Now Brown to the corner. He's going to come out of it with it. The guy is just a force in the corners. Now Keppers with it. Nice little move there to stay on the biscuit as he'll work it up ice. Love these unis. Say it every time. The blue and whites look like the Leafs. My favorite hockey team. Now back in across the line and offside.
And the white ones aren't too bad either, by the way. But you're right.
Yeah, but the blue Leafs thing works, and that's what this looks like.
You have a little bias toward
affinity.
That, obviously. Yes, a little bit of an affinity toward that. But Minnetonka coming off that game with White Bear Lake, very impressive. 12 shots in the third period, limiting to White Bear Lake 5.
Finished.
They scored 3 third-period goals, all 5-on-5, and that's the key factor right there. Minnetonka scoring on the power plays, not that unusual, but 5-on-5, that's where they've struggled. Things are trending the right direction for this team.
And that was a big win for them, and they had to go to Vadnais Sports Center and got it done, and that one was going to be a hand pass through center ice.
Well, and it was Jack Quinn that scored the game winner in that one, so a big feather in the cap for that young man. But I just like the 5-on-5. You look at Minnetonka's numbers and their skill and ability, and their power plays just fine, but scoring 5-on-5 has been their challenge. It looks like they're starting to buck that trend a little bit. Offensive zone face-off for the Skippers, 10:23 left in this first period. Eden Prairie up by 1.
Lacombe and John Mittelstadt on the face-off. Back in behind the net it goes. It's going to be Lacombe who comes away with it, puts on the brakes. Nice little move to find an opening. Kiffin, that went through the legs of Lagerback. Kiffin now to the corner as he'll chip this behind for Lacombe as he'll walk back from the corner. Up to the line, there's a shot that's fanned on Steves. Look out, he's dangerous. He's got Holt on the right. Miller defends. Steves, what a move! Oh, what a save, what a play! Oh, my word. Steves wants a slash. He's not going to get it.
No.
We got to take a look at this one on replay.
Well, indeed, it was Eden Prairie that came out of the zone with some efficiency and put a little dangle on there, and this is Steves, and he knows how to work that puck. He decided to go back inside, made the defenseman commit, then tried to spread chance a little bit and go far side, but the net came off the moorings. But I think he might have had a bit of a point, but the ref didn't see it that way. But really a good individual effort by Steves on that one to put Minnetonka back on their heels.
Great work by the multifaceted Patrick Lilia on the camera. Does
Showing
a lot
his
of
skills.
great play-by-play. We've heard him in some of the bigger games on the TV, and he's done a great job. Back in behind. Holt, stick check, stays strong on it. Looks ahead for John Middlestat. 2-on-3 across the line. Middlestat wants the forehand. And right into the midsection, the blocker in the glove of Shantz.
Well, you have to like the speed through the neutral zone by Eden Prairie. Minnetonka just a little bit soft perhaps at the blue line, but allowed him to cut to the middle and put a good shot on Brandon Shantz. But Shantz had a nice job of tracking that puck. Hit him right in the crest. Held on to it face off to his right.
You know, even though that didn't result in a goal, you know, that save by Shantz and the move by Steves alone has the ability to be the Chick-fil-A Chanhassen play of the game.
Well, it's a confidence builder, that's
Stay
for
tuned.
sure.
We've got it on the short list.
We'll make notes as we go.
Absolutely.
There's a penalty to Eden
We'll
Prairie.
ask West Metro, who's here sitting among the Minnetonka Skippers
He'll break
fans,
the tie.
along with Mike. They're all smiles. The moms came, and he just absolutely was in heaven. He thought they were sitting there with him, but no, it was just because he sat there with them.
Oh, it was just offsides. I misspoke on that one. We're still 5-on-5, but you're right. They are kind of they have a bit of a cult following, but they just love the high school level. We love having them here.
West Metro was at the Richfield Ice Arena on Tuesday. Oh, right off the toe of the skate there for Rosenlund. There's a shot. Scores! Through a screen. The Skippers respond. Jack Anderson ties it at 1 with 9:02 to go here in the first period.
Just what seemed to be a relatively harmless shot on goal from the point. He just held it in, put the puck on net, and I'm not sure that, well, we're going to get a look at it here, and that's where it gets to Anderson. He just put a shot on goal. I think there had to be some traffic in front of Rosalind. If he can see those shots from distance, he can generally save them, but that one eluded him. Now we're 1-1, 9:02 left in the first period. Big goal by Minnetonka, and for Anderson, that's the second of the season.
Puck is played back to the corner. Now it's going to be handled out of the zone by Langenbrunner. Up for Shepard. He'll have it 2-on-3 across the line. Jorgensen. You know, the cutbacks to the forehand are not fooling this Tonka defense. They get the sticks right there, and they're cutting it down.
No, and I don't disagree with what you're saying, but he had Pergande all alone on the weak side. Just a little sauce pass to him in stride. Really would have put some pressure on Shantz. How to take that shot ramped up and out of play. Initiated by Minnetonka, so face off to Shantz right, but perhaps just headmanning the puck and letting him skate into it and get that point blank opportunity might have been a better play.
From the line, that shot from Middlestat comes in and is handled.
Well, it looks like Shantz he did get some confidence off that Steve save. Just the body language is very calm and cool, but it was a pretty good offering by Luke Middlestat from the point, about a foot and a half off the ice. Not a difficult save for the goaltender, but there's a lot of traffic in front, so he did a nice job of tracking through twigs and legs. Not to be confused with Dave Twilliger, by the way.
Oh, or Mike.
Or Mike.
Minnesota Hockey Executive, along with Glenn Andreessen. That one deflected away by John Middlestat. Streeter was the open target there.
That was a good stick.
Now it's going to be Steves with it as he looks to the right wing. Glove down by Holt, but on the stick of Miller. Oh, nice little cut back there by Miller. Knocked down from behind, chopped down like a tree. Played back in behind the net. It's going to be Luke Middlestat who plays that around. Cut off by Streeter as he's going to be checked on the plate. John Middlestat does the duties, and now Luke to the breakout to the left wing side for Steves. That was deflected back through center, and icing's going to be the call.
Well, I'm going to give you what I think is official scoring. We know it's Anderson. I believe I heard Harris on the assist as well. Didn't hear second assist, nor did I hear the time. Little Charlie Brown distortion.
The Charlie Brown teacher.
The Charlie Brown teacher, but I'm doing my best with these old guy ears. But it was Anderson from Harris. We know that, and if there's any difference, we'll get that at the period break. But face-off now to Rosenlund's left. 7:49 left in the first period. We're tied.
50-50 puck. Checked away there to center. Conan for Zitzloff. Winds that one around the boards hard. Gets away from the cutoff there by Rosenlund. And now it's going to be played down to the right corner. Harris Stansberry, now Worms, Submarines, that would be check, and it's going to be turned back up ice by Riku Brown. Look at the back pressure. Every player collected by the Eagles at center ice. I'm sure we'll take a look at that in team video. Both sides.
Well, both teams play a 200-foot two-way game, so that's what makes it even more fun to watch. But you always have to be cognizant of where the pressure is coming from.
Commitment to the back check, so critical, especially on a team that, as you mentioned, the pregame transitions so well. There's Brown that made room for himself. Wanted a dangle fest there, but instead forced to the corner. Now it's going to be Johnson with it as he's checked on the play. It's going to be Bear with it. Johnson with the body. Now Keppers gathers in. Leaves over to the left wing side. Anderson comes up and plays that one. Back in and around. Now it's going to be Keppers from the corner as he's bothered on the play. Pergandy is there as he bumps that off the boards. Busby finds Jorgensen back through center. Watched by Anderson. Gets underneath the check and stays on the puck behind the net. Now it's going to be played back up by Anderson as he looked for Lagerback, but Pergandy cuts that one off. Lacombe is there. Anderson, Lacombe, Lagerback, Shepard, all of them.
Lagerback lost his glove.
But he's going to go for it anyway.
He's going bare-knuckled.
Oh. Hands of stone, Ronnie Garvin. Old
For
school
Roberto
wrestling.
Duran.
About one person knows what
Right,
I'm talking about.
but that one person thinks it's awful funny.
That's the idea.
But Minnetonka hounding the puck quite well. I believe the phrase that Coach Goldsworthy uses is hunting the puck. Get it deep and go hunting for it. And they're putting three guys on the puck carrier, really aggressive going after the puck, and they're being effective. But it does leave a lot of space and a couple options. If Eden Prairie comes out with possession, that might spell trouble. But so far, that hasn't happened yet. I love the puck support by Minnetonka so far.
Now Steves with it. Back up through center ice. They'll play this one across the line. John Middlestat guides it along. Kiffin cuts it off. Newhouse works through the stick of Langfells, who just hounded him into submission. Now it's going to be Kiffin with it. Rattles over to Henry as he'll play this one across the line around the boards into the corner. Streeter Bart, you make these terrific lineup sheets. I don't even need them. I love this. Newhouse now off the side of the net, checked on the play. Can you imagine how easy it would be to do the NHL? I mean, give me a break. Like,
all the names are on the back.
Well, it's just so.
All the numbers are readable.
It's a walk in the park. The games are so predictable.
But if I didn't have these sheets, we'd struggle, P. Wagner, I bet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I would anyway.
Now it's going to be Langfells with it as he looks up ice. Ooh, little toe pull there. Finds some real estate. Plays that in behind.
That was well played.
Shantz. Now Miller. Brown will take over. Behind. I swear Riku Brown has grown as this season. I mean, physically.
I love his game. He's so
gotten
fun to
taller,
watch.
It seems. It's possible. That's just the growing times of life. Worms in
the
outside.
roots hit the water table, right?
Quinn kind of dribbled in a little bit off the left wing side. I think it got caught on that one.
But one thing about Riku Brown, number 21 in the white, he's very large frame, but he's very skilled. He's got soft hands, and he's got some pretty quick feet, so he's deceptively quick. He really creates problems for the opposing teams, and I don't think Minnetonka is going to be an exception tonight. They have to be aware when he's on the ice because he can make things happen. And as long as Coach Griswold's listening, I'd like to commend you for giving it to Mark Long Henry. The defenseman gets the belt.
Pad save and a beauty.
He's fabulous.
Oh, my word. Marble. Absolutely buried there by
Marble
Conan.
got right back up, though.
Absolutely.
Ready for
part of the
action.
game. Now Brown plays that through as Marble will work it to the corner. Conan comes together with him. Up to the left wing is going to be Quinn, who gets it to center. Brown is there with Stansberry to the near side. Conan steps up. Now Worms takes over as he looks from center and plays that in behind the net. Rosenlund will cut that off, but here comes Lagerback. Hustles that one down, goes short side, misses the mark. Marble hurries to play this one. Puck is knocked at and now handled by Anderson. He has his team's lone goal. Now it's to the right wing side. That's off the stick of Keppers as they play this behind. Stansberry lets that one go. He gets a little bit of help. Off the end line there by Casey. Now it's going to be Jorgensen for Shepard. Watched by Anderson. Knocked through by Jorgensen. He's got some wheels. Back in across the line. Looks to the middle. That's deflected away by Bear. Jorgensen again on that puck. Shepard to help out. Shepard now stays off the check. That's blocked on its way through by Anderson. Langenbrunner plays to the right side. He's going to play this one back in behind as Anderson is there as he waits for it, or check that was Bear. He was dumped in the corner by a check by Jorgensen. That turns it over for Shepard. Now up high for Busby. Busby says, nope, I'm going to hang on to it and dance this way. Oh, and he nearly finds the near side. He had the little bit of a window to put that one through. Off the boards it goes now. Busby finds John Middlestead. He can snipe. Scores!
Oh, boy.
We said it. He did it. It's 2-1. Eden Prairie. What a bury there by John Middlestead.
Well, indeed, he threaded the needle on that one. He didn't have a lot to shoot from. He went short side, but it was Busby that really made a nice play on that one. Just dropped it off to him. Very easy, very casual, but through a lot of traffic, it was John Middlestead that sniped that one. Now, with 3:11 left, Eagles have taken a 1-goal lead. And now John Middlestead's on the board. Can't let brother Luke get ahead of you in the score sheet, so he had to do his own. But he had the hat trick, I believe, last game. 2 power play goals, so obviously brought his game tonight as well. But Minnetonka's just got to give a pushback. Both teams want to finish the period very strong.
Kiffin's pass for Newhouse hit the linesman right in the boot. Back the other way it goes now as it's Miller. Back over for Kiffin. Looked up to Streeter, cut off by Steves. Streeter now gives to Newhouse out of the zone. Here comes Newhouse through center. He'll try to go inside out on the defense on Middlestead. There's a quick shot that misses the mark. Now Miller comes away with it, plays into the corner behind the net. Newhouse stood up by Langfels. Streeter is there. Langfels, now Neuter. All right. Jeez, Newhouse.
God, I hope not.
I turned that into
He's
one
going to
word.
resent you for all of his dog years.
Whatever. You know who I meant.
Right.
That was Newhouse and Streeter all in one. Holy smokes. Holt now. Oh, Bart Archer. Holt cuts to the forehand. I'll never live that one down, I can tell you right now. Middlestead.
I hope there's not a whistle anytime soon.
I want to get out of here so bad. Langfels checked on the play. Oh, my God. Here comes Miller. Think about how many millions of names you say to
absolutely.
a 10-year period. And it happens once, you're not doing too bad.
No.
Langfels now behind the net for Marble. Looks back at it. Whoa! Marble again. That was Quinn that sent him packing.
Boy, it's tough coming out that left side of their zone, isn't it?
It is. They are not afraid to come down that wall and let you know they're there, the blue sweaters. Swirling in the neutral zone, taking away passing lanes. Quinn just said, I'm going to hit Johnson. And they got a penalty coming up.
Well, in the box opened pretty quick, but it looks like it's going to be Quinn going to the box. Let's see what the official looks like. It's going to be interference. He did go a little bit out of his way. In fact, I thought that,
I don't
maybe
even think he hit him, though.
I didn't either, but it was after the play. But a little qualification requested by the Skippers coach. The referee showed him the respect go over and kind of fill it in. And this is what I talk about playing the right way. 1:23 left in this period, down by 1. Now they're on the penalty kill, and Eden Prairie already has 1 power play goal tonight. So tempting fate, but pick up your teammate, finish the period strong, and come out and fight the battle in the second.
Now it's Luke Middlestead with it. Dances to his left. John Middlestead back into the corner to Steves. Back up for John. Ooh, nice little move away from Lacombe. Luke Middlestead, they scored on their first power play. Now a big bullet from John Middlestead in on Chance. They called the quick whistle, but he jumped right back on top of it.
Well, indeed, but that's a nice play between Luke Middlestead and John Middlestead. Luke just draws the defender over to his side and then just dishes it off to John, and he walks right into it. Put a good shot on goal, but again, a good save by Chance. The rebound did dance a little bit, but the quick whistle, he would have had it covered anyway, so it's not a really legitimate point, but just 106 offensive zone faceoff on the power play for Eden Prairie.
Back up to Luke Middlestead it goes as he's going to give to John Middlestead. Under a minute to play in the period now as Steves from the right wing side is cut off by Newhouse. Nice play there by the veteran center as he plays it deep. Rosenlund will set up for Luke Middlestead as they'll swing the breakout on the power play with 45 to go in the period. Here's Luke Middlestead, looks through center ice. Cuts his way through the neutral zone play there as it's going to be Zitzloff with it. Luke Middlestead playing with an ad cheer tonight. Down goes Zitzloff. Now it's Conan. He's brought down. Penalty coming up. Steves is going to get the hook. Hands go up, but
he got his money's worth on that one. I don't know what he's arguing about, but now it's going to be 4 on 4 for another 27.4. But
I don't think you lost your edge down there. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Well, the reaction that I gave was a natural reaction. I think Coach Lee Smith might not be happy about it, and it might have been a little embellishment, but we're going to be 4 on 4. barring another penalty called for another 27.4. A lot of space out there. I'd normally say that give Eden Prairie an advantage, but this Minnetonka team can skate, so I don't think there's going to be an advantage, but there's a lot of ice out there to make some magic. Not a lot of time, but still plenty of time to inflict some harm on the scoreboard.
Lacombe and Holt in the draw. Back into the corner. Langfell's over for Langenbrunner. Left wing side, he gains the line. He's going to ring that hard back in behind. Holt is there. He's checked on the play by Miller. Now it's Lagerback as he races through center, 3-on-2. Lets a shot go as Kiffin will step into that one from the corner as he chops that one away. Lagerback plays the body, fishes that through, back up to the line. Miller now has it. Lets that one go, and that misses the mark at the buzzer, and that does it here for the first period. An entertaining one. The score reads 1-0.
Wow, good pace to this period. You're right. Eden Prairie going in with a 1-goal advantage into the period break. But Minnetonka, I think after taking that early penalty, giving up the goal, they settled down, came back, scored one, and Eden Prairie came back and obviously got the 1-goal lead. But I look for a wide open second period, a lot of good pace. A little bit more of the same, but just enhanced, so don't go away.
We'll have more coming up. Great hockey game here from the Eden Prairie Community Center. Well played against these two teams. 2-1 in favor of the Eagles. High school hockey coverage presented in part by American Family Insurance. You can find them at amfam.com. Tradition Companies, traditionco.com. The Lake House Minneapolis, lakehousempls.com. Also presented by Chick-fil-A in Chanhassen. Also Red Savoys, Tria, and much more. We'll have more high school hockey coming up right after this.
The difference maker is just the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day. We're out here 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, cleaning up the water.
Probably dump that
You guys need some help?
Sure.
Well, yeah.
No way. JJ Watt. What's up, man? How's it going? I don't believe it. Good. JJ, come on.
Thank you, sir. Welcome aboard, baby.
Isn't that for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So what are you guys doing out here? What's the whole cleanup about?
Well, we're just doing the right thing. It's a kind of a thankless job. It's out of sight, out of mind. Somebody's got to do it.
What's the dream for the cleanup project?
You know, my dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
No problem, boys. I thought I was going to have to come over there and show you how to do it.
That's not going to smell good.
Not pleasant. Great play, baby.
What would you do without these guys?
I would be in trouble. I don't know what I would do. These guys are everything to me.
You ever catch anything? Brackish waters up in here? I'll call it castaneted shrimp. You eat them? No. It's been a good day, fellas. I appreciate you guys having me out here. It's eye-opening to see all the trash and everything that you guys pick up.
For me, it's really not just a job. You know, it's a passion.
I appreciate you having me out. You can swing a mean net, man.
Appreciate you helping us. It was a long, hot day.
You aren't kidding. It's hot. Talk about it. Yeah. The heat's a little different than it is on the field.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. So we have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamite is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. We might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing and you got heads down and panting. And remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
Welcome back to the Eden Prairie Community Center. The score reads 2-1 in favor of the Eden Prairie Eagles. They strike early on with a power play at the 2:54 mark, and then the scoring gets. Let's be honest, I was flat on my back with that flu bug. I should still be at home.
No, absolutely. You powered through it actually pretty impressively. Most people would curl up in the fetal position with their thumb in their mouth, but you showed up, Pete. You're a gamer is what we're trying to say.
Well, I was that way. I just.
Well, opening the scoring, as you said, at the 2:54 mark on the power play was Luke Middlestad from John Middlestad. Then Minnetonka answered back. It was Anderson from Harris making the score 1-1. Then at the 13:37 mark, it was John Middlestad from Busby. And that's where we are right now. Eagles coming in with a 2-1 lead. 37 seconds left in the penalty to Jack Quinn for Minnetonka, and 1:33 left in the penalty to Ben Steeves for Eden Prairie. So a lot of room for at least 37 seconds out of the ice. Both teams have a lot of speed, so there should be plenty of room to create out there, barring another penalty. But that was a great first period. I look for that to continue.
So to be the Eagles and the Skippers switching sides right now. Rosenlund to our left and Shantz to our right.
Two very quality tenders.
4-on-4 for 37. Pergandy and Newhouse. Streeter comes away with it. Finds Conan. Newhouse knocked off his stick by Luke Middlestad, who's been very engaged here tonight. Not that he's not every night, but he's at another level here this evening from what we've seen. Pergandy submarines a check and gets it deep. Plays the body on Zitzloff. His club loved it, but here comes Newhouse out of the zone with speed.
Man, is he quick.
He's got Langfels angling him, lost the handle near, offside at the line. It rolled up on him right at the last second there.
Well, and that's without any friction on the ice, too, so a little unusual if that happened, but you're right. Minnetonka preceded the puck in the zone. Newhouse had some good speed through the neutral. It was a really nice escape out of the zone. Used his quickness and had some speed, but the puck danced on him, so hands face off outside the zone. Just 12 seconds left in the penalty to Minnetonka's Quinn. Then they're on a brief power play. Here comes Johnny Middlestad, right side.
Middlestad is there. Now Kiffin. Miller will be angled by John Middlestad across the line. He'll play this one back into the corner. Now it's Lacombe. Keppers. That's for Lagerback over for Miller. Gathers, shoots, dusts, and it's caught.
Wow, it was Miller that took a pretty good shot. It was, I believe, Langfels that was coming out to challenge. It sounded like it might have hit a little bit of a stick or something to redirect it, but really nice adjustment on that one by Rosenlund, but good shot by Miller.
Face-off win to Miller. Now he finds Kiffin, top shot, blocker pad save Rosenlund. Power play continues for 28. Now it's Kiffin again, watched by Holt. Lagerback shot high off the glass. Miller looks to play this one back in behind as Keppers is there. Langenbrenner gets in with the body. Miller comes out of the corner. Up high for Kiffin. Kiffin loads and shoots off the post. Now it's going to be Lagerback with it. He'll let it go. No, plays to the corner. There's a shot by Keppers that's turned aside by Rosenlund. Shallow angle. Steve steps on as it's now 5-on-5. Quickly in front. Blocker pad down and covered by Rosenlund.
Well, I really like possession by Minnetonka. Showed some good patience. It started with Miller. Lagerback got the puck first time from a shallow angle. Took a shot wide. Miller kept it in the zone. Lagerback this time gave a look like he's going to give the shot, drew the defenseman in, and then dished it down into the corner. So really nice job. They tried to stuff it short side on Rosenlund. So nice sequence of events by this Minnetonka Skipper team. We're back to 5-on-5, 15:21 left in the period. Coaches have a full complement of players to work with now.
There's a quick wrister that misses the mark by Streeter as that's Henry in the corner. They work that one away from Newhouse over to the right wing side for Jorgensen. He'll stick handle that ahead off the skates of Pergandy. Now Jorgensen with it, angles to the right wing side, watched to the corner by Anderson. Jorgensen stays on it, leaves up for Langfels over for Middlestad. Nope, he's going to let that one go off the skates of Henry, up and out of play off the netting.
Well, I like what Jorgensen did on that one. He's got really quick feet, busy feet, worked his edges pretty well, but didn't just dump it in and chase it. He gained the zone and went around with possession, and if Eden Prairie can kind of do that, it might soften up the blue line by Minnetonka, who are very responsible at that particular area of the ice. So really a nice job by Jorgensen with those quick feet and good effort.
Middlestad and Graham to face off. Quick win for Stansberry. Plays it to the left corner for Holt. Checked by Zitzloff. Played over to Quinn on the left wing side as he's going to chip the boards. Casey was there to play it at the line. Now Conan steps up. He has speed through center. Nice feed to Graham off the left wing, though misses the mark. Knocked away from him by Casey. Now it's Worms off the side of the marker off the net. Now it's going to be Holt with it as he's going to carry this one up ice. Holt in across the line as he plays this one through. A centering feed there for Steves, misses the mark. Now it's going to be Conan with it. Looks away from the oncoming Eagle player. Delayed penalty coming up on Minnetonka. This one came in back behind the net. See if we get a look at that one on replay.
Well, I think it might be Zitzloff. He
Right
looks
there.
like the guilty party on that one. But it's going to be another power play for Eden Prairie. This is one thing that Minnetonka is really going to have to tighten up. They've really played very soundly in all three zones so far, but have to stay out of the box. But it is going to be Zitzloff that's going to go for two, giving Eden Prairie an opportunity with an offensive zone faceoff. Big Riku Brown in the faceoff dot with Teddy Lagerbach.
Lagerbach 50-50 with Brown. Now it's picked up by Langenbrunner. Langfels through traffic. That's deflected away. Eagles looking to open up a 2-goal lead here as they lead 2-1 early on in the second. Brown up for Holt. He'll walk and shoot. Nice save by Shantz. Gathered in by Brown from the corner. Kiffin watches him. Brown tries to pull that away, but instead they go up high to Langenbrunner. He'll let a wrister go. That came up high off the goaltender as it rolls away. Lagerbach, nice move as he finds some real estate. See what he does with it here. That's a shot going on goal. Nice save there. Lacombe will just be content to send it toward the goal mouth area. Skippers will need to hurry to get back into defensive posture in the neutral zone. Lagerbach to the bench, Lacombe to the bench. Now it's going to be Streeter on and Newhouse. Langenbrunner across the line as he carries this one, rings it around the boards. Brown will wait for the carom. Cut off by Streeter, flips up high in the air over the outstretched right hand of Langfels, and back into the Eden Prairie zone it goes. Langenbrunner gathers in with 56 to go in the power play. He'll swing it up from the right wing side as he'll find Langfels at center. Hard around it goes, cut off on the play. Now it's going to be Anderson finding Conan. Works some sauce. Streeter reaches back, goes lacrosse on that one, but Steves takes away. Gives over to Middlestad on the off wing. Cut off at the line and sent in by Streeter. 30 to go on the power play for the Eagles.
Really nice stick by Jack Anderson to stop Middlestad with that forward progress. If they can play responsible like that at the blue line, it's going to create problems for Eden Prairie.
Here they come across the line. Middlestad gains it. Plays this one behind Kiffin. Miller bodies him. Steves comes away with it as he looks and plays this one back up through center ice. Busby is there.
5 seconds left.
Now it's going to be Luke Middlestad with it. Watched by Quinn. Zitzloff steps on. Important kill if you're the Skippers. Want to keep this as close to the vest as possible with this explosive Eagle team out front to John Middlestad, who had a chance there. Now it's going to be Kiffin. They look ahead. Graham is there. Gets a little bit of help from Worms as they play this one through everyone. That gets past Busby to Luke Middlestad as he regroups in his own zone. Here's Middlestad off the boards. That's too far. Misses Pergandy. And icing will be your call as we bring it back down into Eden Prairie territory.
Well, he put some heat on that one. I always said to, if you're going to use the boards, use it with authority. It seemed like it was a pretty good angle, but came off the boards a little out. He kind of shallowed out the angle a little bit, went all the way down. So 11:45 left in the second period. Eden Prairie 1-goal advantage. Faceoff all the way down to Rosenlund's right. A really good opportunity with Lacombe in the faceoff dot against Pergande for Minnetonka to gain possession, put some pressure on the Eden Prairie goaltender.
Lagerbach checked on the play. There's a wrister that's deflected back up at center, knocked off the boards, and played back into Eden Prairie territory. Pergandy with it. They look ahead for Jorgensen. Jorgensen turns away and knocked in by Pergandy, set up behind the net. Shantz will find his man in the corner. That's Bear with it. Lagerbach stood up on the play by Langfels. Jorgensen is there, and back to the corner it goes. Anderson, Lacombe. Langfels, now Anderson again. Lacombe is there. Back in behind the net. Lagerbach with it. Oh, there's a chance that just misses the mark for Keppers. Back into the neutral zone it goes for Anderson. Bear turns this one back up ice. We've watched a steady progression of the puck handling and transition by these Skippers defensemen, just getting better and better as this year goes on. Lagerback, watched by Brown, looks ahead for Keppers. Lagerback was stood up on the play by Luloff, and here's a long pass to center. Jorgensen simply deflects in, laid up by Shansu. That's taken away by Zitzloff. Hits Conan behind the net. Brown knocks that away with the big reach, but Conan wins the battle, looks for Newhouse, who tries to find Streeter, but that's cut off by Marble, albeit briefly. Now it's going to be Newhouse. They got a 3-on-2, leaves it off at the line. Backdoor, Henry loads it up. He goes short side, missed the mark.
Not by much.
Now it's Conan from the right point. Over for Zitzloff. They have men in front. Oh, they found a weak side man there. Streeter, a shot and a save by Rosenlund as he saw that one through motion and traffic. Nice save there.
Well, and Henry paid the price. He was in front of the net trying to get in front of Rosenlund, and Riku Brown kind of told him, you're not welcome in this area, but pretty good possession by Minnetonka. Put some really good looks on Rosenlund, but a nice save as it stands. But Minnetonka.
You know what thrilled me there?
What was that?
There was an unpredictable zone entry. So it wasn't carry it, turn it into a one-on-one, and try and dangle for a shot.
Right.
It was actually a feed to a weak side guy to another trailing player, which created motion, which created a scoring chance. Terrific stuff.
It's unique.
We haven't been seeing much of that these days.
That's why I said unique.
I'm not saying these teams. I'm just calling it out.
Overall.
Middlestat plays the center. John Middlestat with it now. Turns this one away. Some of that's because the defense are taking that away too.
True.
Now Miller with it. Across the line. Nice little move there. Carries this shallow. Turned aside by Rosenlund. May have been wide. Now Streeter positions behind. He's going to be wrapped up by Luke Middlestat, but Streeter keeps the feet moving. Kind of like a good running back who's been stood up but doesn't stop moving. Nick Henry now. He's going to transition with speed across the line. Bothered in front. That just missed the mark, and now it's played over to Busby. Steeves misses his stick, and in deep it goes. Steeves and Miller. Down goes Steeves, and the puck will roll up to the left wing side. Nice stick there by Pergandy, but Newhouse comes away with it as he works his way through traffic. Now Newhouse with it. Angles to the right wing side, runs into a body there, stays back on it. Out for a skate.
It's like Archie Skulbeck.
Goodness. All over again. Same number. Wow, that's old school.
Well, he had Velcro on his stick. Same with Newhouse on that one.
Remember those days? There's a penalty coming up. It can be drawn by the Skippers. We'll see this one in the corner. Newhouse created all sorts of trouble for the Eagles down low.
Well, indeed he does. He's so elusive and very difficult to contain. Plus, he's very good with the puck on his stick in traffic as well. He just dangled around, seemed to create some space and try to turn it back up and get some pressure on. But now I believe it's Eden Prairie in the box, and I can't see the number, Pete. It looks like it might be Stansbury. I hate to say it.
It is Stansbury.
Okay. I hate to say it if I'm not 100% sure, but really a great opportunity. It's going to be Lagerbach in the faceoff down with Pergandy, but it's going to be a nice opportunity for this Minnetonka Skippers team. Last time they're in this situation, they won the faceoff, put a good shot on Rosenlund.
If you're wrong, you won't be impeached. You're good.
Oh, fair enough. I appreciate that.
Over the near side, it's Kiffin.
Another broken stick.
The twig. That's on a Pergandy up front so they can work that side. Instead, there's a shot from Lagerback. Busby tries to clear. Lagerback gets over there. Luloff with it. They find an opening as it rattles back into the Skipper zone. That's a big break for the Eagles as they can get a new player out with a fresh stick in Luloff. Now Miller off to the right wing for Kiffin. Lagerback. Quick busy stick by John Middlestat gave him pressure. Kiffin's pickpocketed by Luloff. He can skate to the right wing side. Nice save. Chance was going one way, and an offensive zone faceoff on the PK for the Eagles, just what they wanted.
Yeah, and actually that wasn't a terrible shot. It was a backhand. Tried to go against the grain on the far side, but as you said, it was a nice job by Brandon Chance to not only make that save, but ramp it up and out of traffic. It allows Coach Goldsworth to get some fresh legs out of the ice, but same with Coach Smith, but he's got an offensive zone faceoff, a man down. Very important faceoff for both teams. Emphasis on Minnetonka.
Holt and Newhouse. Back to Luke Middlestat it goes. Guides this one back in behind. Zitzloff is there. Steeves bothers him behind the net. Zitzloff fishes over to Conan. Looks ahead for Streeter. Back through center ice. Here comes Griffin Streeter on the move. Watched by Luke Middlestat of the corner. Streeter, no fear to the end boards as he tried to protect there, and that gets right through the defense and back into Skipper territory as Chance will set this one up back behind his net. They'll go safety valve with Zitzloff to set up. Newhouse to the left, Conan to the right. Here comes Newhouse from the left wing side. He has some real estate. He'll gain the line, puts on the brakes, cuts back up high, wants to go to the right side, leaves off for Conan to Zitzloff. They go shallow side. There's a shot off the side of the net by Newhouse. Plays back in behind for Streeter. Looks back up for Zitzloff. Nice regroup and adjustment there. Conan's shot deflected. Nice save by Rosenlund as it's going to be Holt to swat that to center underneath the stick of Conan. 16 to go in the power play. Here comes Steves. Played over to the near boards now for Zitzloff as he finds Streeter through center. Streeter away from Pergandy. Knocked off his stick. Swings it to the corner. Graham will get there, but Busby beats him and cuts it off. Plays ahead for Shepard to center. Eagles are at full strength as Stansberry jumps on the bench. Now it's Pergandy at center. Try to get that deeper, but instead it's on the stick of Anderson off Worms. Now it's played to Jorgensen in front of the bench area. Anderson knocks that one away. Pergandy checked on the play, picked up by Bear as he looks ahead, but that's cut off by Jorgensen. Now it's going to be Henry with it off his stick. Turned away by Langenbrunner as he's going to guide this one back into his own zone. Great skill on number 22. Plays that one ahead. That's off the stick of Shepard. Pergandy is there, and Langenbrunner's going to regroup back into the neutral zone with it. Looks back up to the near side for Jorgensen. He'll knock that one back in. That's off Anderson. No ice on the play. Now it's going to be Bear with it. He's hounded. Ringing all the way to the right wing side. It's Worms. He's got Quinn in the neutral zone who takes over. They'll try to find the middle on that one there. That misses the mark. Now it's Shepard at center. This thing opening up. Shepard across line. Brown drags the toe. Stays on side. Steered aside by Shantz. Now from the corner. Brown is there. Marble comes away with it. Leaves back up to the line. There's a shot, or a pass, if you will, by Langfell's right back in behind. A couple of 21s doing battle, and Miller and Brown off the end boards. Puck sits into the right face-off dot. Now it's going to be Henry back up through the center ice area. Henry watched wide by Luke Middlestat. Whoa, he stands him up on the play there. Big check off the end boards, thrown on the forecheck by Keppers, but they break the forecheck to the Eagles. Brown, bothered by Lagerback, plays to the corner. Kiffin is there as he stood up on the play. And here they come out of the zone. Nice job by Kiffin. Stays on the wheels and works transition. Here comes Lagerback, left wing side, loves the off wing, cuts to the forehand. Just misses the mark, and that one wide it goes. Streeter is there as he's checked on the play. That was Johnson that came down the left wing boards there for the Eagles. In their own zone now, it's 3 Skippers to 2 Eagles. Here comes Langfeld, steps up and stops Lagerback on his way in. Nice defensive play. Now it's Luke Middlestat. Inside out he goes on Kiffin. Miller protects and bumps. John Middlestat shot. Scores! Oh, what a play. The forecheck to precision. John Middlestat finds Steves out front. One times it up top for the 3-1 lead.
Well, that might be a Chick-fil-A finalist right there.
Yeah,
but
we're
going to
see it. That one.
But
Take
Luke
a look
Middlestat,
at this one.
just a little delay, but he regains the puck and then kicks it back, and it's John Middlestat that puts it right back out in front of one fell motion. It was Ben Steves that put it up over the blocker of Brandon Shantz. Now it's 3-1, 4:31. Still plenty of time in Minnetonka to answer, but that was a great sequence by this Eden Prairie Eagles squad when they needed it.
Great part about that goal is there were some great things that went in off the end boards there, Bart, on the forecheck. But part of scoring goals is not getting too deep, staying up high, lurking, and finding the right shooting angle. They'll get it to you.
Yep.
And Steves knows where to pounce and jump to and does an amazing job with that. There's a reason he has the number of goals that he has.
Yeah, it should be about 16 right now. But I think the play was really initiated by Luke Middlestat. He made the neutral zone a zone, maintained possession, put it on the stick of his brother, and then back out to Steve. So that was a tic-tac-toe play, 4:23. Really good time for Minnetonka to show some life and put some pressure on Rosalind and goal.
Off the draw there, that's going to be Newhouse that raced that one in, missed the mark. Now it's going to be Zitzloff. That was a angled shot. That's deflected. Rebound. Nice save, Rosalind. Good focus there. The Conan shot was deflected twice on its way in. Stayed on task and covered that puck.
Yeah, it was a heavy shot, too, by Conan. He let one go, and it was along the ice, so hence easy to tip. But Rosalind, nice job of tracking that puck, and it was Henry that came in looking for that second chance, and it was Langenbrunner that took a little exception to that, but I don't think Henry really got aggressive on that. He played till the whistle just like he's coached to do, but a nice sequence by Minnetonka, and I don't think it sustained that. 4:10 left in the second period.
Burgandy pulls back for Langenbrunner, who's behind the net. Rings to Holt, pinching at Zitzloff, down by 2 goals. Busby off the glass. Burgandy guys to center. That hit the skipper stick.
Hello.
Wow, that was a grenade, and they just bailed. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Well,
you would have thought it was like, I don't know.
Well, the part about the bail part is they weren't looking at any phones. They were actually watching the play and watching the puck. So feather in their cap over there in the section, but neutral zone faceoff.
There aren't any high school kids here, so we're
I didn't want to say it. I thought I'd leave that to you.
There are some on the Eden Prairie side.
Indeed, but a lot of representation on both sides. So
nice crowd.
Really nice job, fans of both teams.
Casey up for Marble. Zitzloff is there. Now it's Graham across the line. His shot to the low corner there missed the mark. Quinn comes away with it from the corner. He's watched by Stansbury. In front they go. Oh, there's a chance that misses the mark, but back out of the zone. And a penalty for a cross check. That really led to that open ice.
Well, it's either going to be either Casey or it's going to be Johnson that's going to go. It might be Tyler Johnson. He looks like he has guilt on his face. No, it's going to be a cross-checking penalty, own zone penalty. Not what you want to take with 3:34 left, up by 2 goals, but it's just part of the play. So it's up to his Eden Prairie teammates to come out, kill this penalty, and get through this challenge. But really great opportunity it is for Minnetonka. And Minnetonka's power play is at 26.5, so that's a pretty good number. But the number is 91.3 penalty kill for Eden Prairie, even more impressive. They've only given up 4 power play goals in 46 opportunities. That's impressive.
Miller to Kiffin, got underneath that one, up high off the glass it goes. Now it's Lagerback, up for Kiffin. Kiffin gives over for Miller. Miller now finds Kiffin. One-timer, score!
Oh, Lagerbach.
Oh, that was cold-blooded. It's 3-2.
And I believe for Lagerbach, that's going to be goal number 13. That's his 3rd on the power play. Teddy Lagerbach's one of the Minnetonka Skippers that can score 5-on-5, but when he gets the man advantage, he's a focused player. They try to get him in that Ovechkin area. He one-timed it, and it was up and over the blocker of Rosenlund. So now it's 3-2, 3:17 left. I'm not surprised that it's a 1-goal game between these two teams, but it's been an exciting ride so far. Both teams want to stay out of the box and finish this period strong. But a little energy for Minnetonka.
Lacombe and Burgandy. This game's really, it's got a good feel to it. You know, it's really, really good. Now here comes Burgandy with it. He's chucked on the play by Kiffin.
Well, I think Miller got credit for 1 assist. I don't know if there was a second one, but I'll try to get that as well.
Keppers over for Miller. Miller looks to the left wing for Lagerback as he's stopped by Langenbrunner. Miller stays with it at the line and plays into the corner. Langenbrunner and Lacombe. Now Luloff, watched by Lagerback. Now it's Burgandy with it through center ice. Miller will have to let Burgandy go or get an interference call. Wisely let him go to the corner. Now it's going to be Shepard. Miller plays ahead. Langenbrunner cuts it off, loses an edge. Now Lacombe through center. He's one-on-one with Luke Middlestad, waiting for his troops. Here comes John Middlestad, a house of fire. Lagerback shoots. Oh, and that was turned aside by Rosenlund. A big chance there. That was great. Hopefully mark the tape on that one. I love that transition, how everybody did everything on that, offensively and defensively.
I don't know if Lagerback knew that Miller was wide open on the weak side. He just took that shot, which is not a bad play, but there might have been a better opportunity because Minnetonka had numbers because of Lacombe's patience.
If you're that open, you better be Horace. That much I'll tell you. Holt with it now at center ice.
But one thing about Teddy Lagerbach is if he gets one, he's not opposed to getting another one too. So his game tends to kind of ramp up even a little bit more once he gets that first one. So maybe we're going to hear his name a couple times before this one's done.
Off the boards, engaged indeed. Now it's going to be Holt. Henry is there. Zitzloff jammed on the play by Holt. That's knocked away from John Middlestat. You feel like in this period, since that 3-1 goal, the response by Minnetonka has been really good. And there haven't been, obviously had a power play that came up right away, but There's been a few more things that have gone on here. They didn't get discouraged, and they've stuck with their game.
No, and they're hunting the puck, too. I mean, they're really going after it like it's my puck, try to get it away from me, but they're using their line mates. They're skating to open spaces, and they're getting the puck and getting some opportunities. So maybe just a little bit more focus after that third goal against Pete Wagner.
That clipped Eli Andrews
right
it
was
the
a
side
nice
of the
save
head
by
there,
Andrews,
and he's
but
injured.
Well, he didn't
Not
control
really.
the rebound very well. I'll say that.
I think it knocked the strap loose on his mask.
He looks no worse for the wear right now.
I know. But his ears are ringing, for sure. It's just the worst sound ever.
Oh, I can imagine. It resonates.
But you know what? You know what was worse, though? Taking a foul ball.
Oh, as a catcher?
Do you know how bad that is? Because it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually coming a little faster. And it usually comes off the bat a little faster than the puck.
A little faster, a little more spin.
But it's like right there, and it's bam.
It shocks the system.
And you can just sit there and just have your mask get spun off. It's awesome.
It's awesome, he says.
Sarcasm.
Doesn't sound awesome.
Sarcasm. Actually, it didn't really bug you, though. You just did
it's just part of the position.
Yeah, I mean, I was a catcher, if you're wondering. Now it's going to be Newhouse with
I
it.
couldn't figure that out.
Shocking.
Thanks for the clarity.
Newhouse. It's the ones that bounced off the ground and landed in a spot they shouldn't. That really stunk. Now it's Holt with it. Steves shoots that one. Nice pad save. Shantz fought that one off.
Huge save.
Steves gets it back. Over for Luke Middlestat. That one was going to be wide, but Shantz wisely reaches over with the catch glove and hangs on.
Well, my thought is in the second period with the long line change, the goaltenders are going to freeze the puck whenever they can. Give their coach an opportunity to get some fresh bodies out on the ice. So not a bad play by the Minnetonka goaltender, but that was a wide shot. But Eden Prairie starting to show some life. Just 50.8, so under a minute to go in the second period. Eden Prairie up by one offensive zone faceoff. Big faceoff for Minnetonka. I was just kidding. I mean, the next one's a big face-off for Minnetonka.
It's the biggest.
Biggest to date.
The all-important is
but
the
I like
great
what
Bob Kurtz would say.
I like your observation about the defense on Minnetonka. They've kind of matured as this year's gone on, building some confidence in their abilities and trusting their teammates.
Not a lot of panic in this edition.
No.
Not with their record, not with wins and losses. Just, Sean Goldsworthy says get better every day. That's all you can say.
Well, they're buying in because they are getting better every game when we've seen them.
Keppers now finds Lager back. That's deflected away from him. Miller was there. Now it's Brown. As I look to my left here, I see that West Metro and Mike are very engaged in this hockey game and happy they're here. Shantz covers that one up. He's going to take the safety valve and make sure he keeps this thing.
Well, that's because all the housewives went back to their husbands now. All they can do is watch the hockey game. I'm just kidding.
Are you sure? I mean,
I'm just
West
kidding.
Metro's a catch and a half.
Oh, no, those guys are fabulous guys. I look forward to seeing them all the time. The nonverbal communication.
Little does he know I'm really talking behind his back. Literally.
No, you're facing him. It's not behind his back at all.
I'm kind of behind his back right now.
Newhouse in the draw against Middlestat.
Steves, wanted to load that one up. Went down on the play. John Middlestat, one-timer. Langenbrunner. Now Middlestat. This is 5-on-5. Snapper glove. Save and a beauty. Oh, wow.
Well, Middlestat.
0.8. Look at that. He flared it big time.
Yeah, well, in Middlestat always looks for Steves, but Steves had Busby going in on the weak side, obviously a defenseman, but he does have some skill, Busby does, but he opted to take that shot. Got it on goal, forced the goaltender to make a save, so never a bad play. Just 0.8 left. Drew Holt, the right-handed shot, succumbs to Johnny Middlestat. He's going to go right for the net, I'm sure.
Assistant activities director and baseball coach. That one's going to go wide. Paul Twangy asking Shantz to try out for baseball now after that one. Don't blame him.
Not a catcher, though.
Well,
he was until he heard your story. He said he didn't want any of that.
Absolutely. I put Griswold's daughters to sleep, too. Score
You're welcome,
reads
Coach.
3-2 in favor of Eden Prairie. Another one-goal period, and we've had a good one here. We're looking forward to the third. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have more coming up for you as high school hockey continues at the mnhockey.tv.
The difference maker is just the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly, you know, the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once, you know, we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
Too heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. Good. Looks great.
Yeah.
Wow. This looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project, and I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh. Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social, and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. So we have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamites is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. We might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting. And remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
We welcome you back to the Eden Prairie Community Center, home of the Eden Prairie Eagles. High school hockey from the Lake Conference continues on the MNHockey.tv as the Eagles leading the Skippers 3-2 in a good one here.
Well, indeed it was. They exchanged goals that second period. I'm just going to give you the goal scores in the first period. It was Luke Middlestead that opened the scoring. Then it was Anderson from Minnetonka with his second, tied the game up. Then John Middlestead scored to give Eden Prairie a 2-1 advantage going into the first intermission. And then it was Steves on a nice feed from John Middlestead and Luke Middlestead as well. Give Eden Prairie a 3-1 lead. Then it was Teddy Lagerbach with his 13th from Miller. At the 13:34 mark, that's where we are right now. A little out-of-town scoreboard for you, a little Lake Conference. Edina and Buffalo at the Buffalo Civic Center knotted at 2 last I checked. Egan and Lakeville South knotted at 2. Burnsville 2-1 over Rosemount in Rosemount in the second period.
We've been talking about that one today.
And Warroad 2-0 over Thief River Falls at the Engelstadt, but that's your out-of-town scoreboard.
So the question is, if you're the Warroad Warriors, do you come into the Twin Cities for Hockey Day Minnesota right now? Or do you go home tonight? No, you come in now. I'm sure they've had that. That was one of West Metro's big questions.
Oh.
He posed that one to me.
He's got some dandies, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Shout-outs for you. He wants to say hi to his Tonka buddies, the Streeters, the Henrys, and the Billers. There's a chance off the side net there. He asked if we were up to speed on our shout-outs. We are now.
Well, we are.
I haven't checked Messenger. Have you?
Oh, I have, but I don't get that kind of traffic, Pete Wagner. That's your.
Well,
you're the one that has the capability.
I know people that get more for posting pictures of their dogs, so
I kind of miss those.
I know.
The climate it is nowadays.
My hockey posts mean nothing. Those are blocked wide, and I'm jealous. Now it's Keppers with it, and you know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah.
Back up through center ice it goes. Anderson now. Keppers. Burgandy works through a stick check from Henry. Eagles coaching staff absolutely up in arms. Gertis is just bitter right now. It's excellent. Langenbrunner, face got red as the Eagle. Now it's Shepard with it at center.
Almost matches Lee.
Oh, it's good. Lagerback now in transition, watched by Busby. Oh, he tried to work that far side for Lacombe, but defensed and turned away. Comes Burgandy to the right wing for Shepard. Cuts to the forehand, loses the handle. Stick gets inside. There's a hook that's going to be called on Bear.
Well, and both referees' arms went up. At least his arms didn't go up like, what do you mean? He just, the infraction's been called. He's going to go to the box, but really a golden opportunity for Eden Prairie to get a little energy early in this period, just on the power play, moving it around. And it is going to be Busby on one point with Luke Middlestead on the other. But it's going to be Shepard, John Middlestead, and, of course, Ben Steves on this power play. Minnetonka's got their hands full and a challenge ahead of them.
Another early power play for the Eagles
yes.
in a period that could be a difference maker.
It's a big moment for Minnetonka.
You know, everybody talks about how tight the Section 6 AA is going to be. How about the Section 3 AA? Where do you go with that?
Yeah. It's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a real fun ride to see who gets to the X.
I'd be curious to see if there's going to be new blood or if it's going to be the Blue Bloods. You know, I mean, it's really what it's been.
Oh, man.
Penalty call there, holding.
Well, I've never been a big proponent of taking your hand off your stick and then wrapping up your opponent, but it's now going to be a 5-on-3, so it doesn't get easier for the Skipper team, and I think it's Conan that's going to go on this one. He's really played a solid game, and I really like his game. Every time we've seen him, he's been a relevant part of their success. And a very instrumental player, but now he's going to spend 2 minutes on the box. So a minute and 42. A minute and 42, a 5-on-3, barring another penalty. Is that Bruiser?
No, that's Zoe.
Okay.
Who bests my posts. Shot it on goal there.
Wow, it was a good shot by Langenbrunner. He just one-time whined and fired. A nice low shot along the ice, but a nice save by Brandon Shantz to keep that puck out of the net. He's very calm in goal and really nice side-to-side track that one very, very well.
John Middlestead, face-off win for Luke. 5-on-3 for Buck 26 now. Langenbrunner. They're going to collapse this to the tops of the circles. Langenbrunner now. Back for Holt. Back up for Langenbrunner. Off the post! He had the high glove. I was ready to call that one all day long.
Well, you can see it from our angle especially.
Langenbrunner again. Now Steves. That one chipped, and as that shot went through, Shantz left skate knocks the net off its posts.
Well, indeed, and I think Shantz committed a little bit early, and I think it was Steve's trying to take advantage of that, just try to go short side under the bar. But again, as you said, the skate of the goaltender, Shantz, knocked the puck off the mooring. 1:07 left in the penalty to Bear, and 1:25 left in the penalty to Conan.
Steves now back up for Luke Middlestat. Back down for Steves. Off the side of the net, back up for Luke Middlestat. Loads it up. Steves, John Middlestat, swing and a miss. Langenbrunner. Now it's going to be Langenbrunner from Holt. Walks and shoots, pad save off to the side of the net. Holt bumps that for Steves. Steves stays on it. He's going to stay calm, gets it to John Middlestat to Luke. Langenbrunner shot again. That one sails up high off the mark. 30 to go. This feels like an eon if you're a Skipper fan, this power play. Steves off the side of the net. Miller watches him. Holt knocked away from him. Kiffin now back up to Langenbrunner. Ooh, that nearly hit Newhouse stick in front. Pad save, rebound, scores! Oh, first save by Shantz, and too much coming to the net. John Middlestat knocks that one through, I believe.
Well, I think he kind of pointed to Steves. Yeah,
okay.
I thought it was Middlestat as well, but it was Middlestat that was actually pointing to Steves, so we're going to give him credit for that goal until told otherwise, but that's going to be a power play goal, so still 34 seconds left in the penalty to Minnetonka's Conan, but Shantz did everything he could to try to help them kill that penalty, but just good puck movement, a lot of space out there for a very patient Eden Prairie power play. They just overwhelmed them with numbers and put that puck into the blue area and put it past the goaltender. So now it's 4-2, 13:34 left in regulation time and 34 seconds left in the power play for Eden Prairie.
Lagerback and Brown. 4-2 now the score in favor of the Eagles. Langenbrunner for Langfells. It'll be Langfells up ice, gets away from Lacombe. Brown comes away with it offside at the line, and they're going to be caught.
Well, I know Luke Middlestat, but they did give it to Steve. Second goal of the night, 17th overall on the season. But, boy, he's a tough one to contain when he gets down low around that goal area. He smells the net, and the puck seems to like him quite a bit, too.
Still shorthanded. The Skippers send that one the length of the ice. So far, the power play has proven lethal for this Eden Prairie Eagle edition. Langfells for Langenbrunner. Back for the oncoming Drew Holt. Flowing locks through center. Ooh, sticks get up in the air. They say, hello, where are we getting our soda?
Well, Zitzlov's not a dirty player, nor is Drew Holt. They just kind of engaged and intersected at the right circle. Six got up a little bit, but no harm, no penalties called, which I think is a good non-call. Face-off just outside the Minnetonka zone. Just 2 seconds left on the penalty to Conan. Then Minnetonka back to 5-on-5 hockey.
Get a 5-on-3, mission accomplished. You want to get at least one.
Yep.
And if you're the Eagles, you got to like that. Off the boards.
And if they kill it off, it would be great energy for Minnetonka. But giving up one isn't terrible in that situation. They're just 2 good shots down.
They did such a good job maintaining possession, winning the battles, and getting to those loose pucks. They didn't allow any of those chances by the Skippers to get possession.
Correct.
And they just kept the pressure on. Shepard now across the line. Streeter was there. That's knocked away by Anderson. Henry to center. Now Langfells is going to tuck that one back in behind with 12:25 to go in the third. To the right wing, Streeter finds Newhouse across the line. Edges his way to the forehand as Luke Middlestat forces him wide. Ooh, he nearly had Streeter, but that's cut off by Shepard. Nice play. Outlets to Luloff off the right wing side. Deflected by Miller wide of the mark. Now it's going to be Kiffin who comes away with it. Finds Nick Henry to the left wing side. Here's Henry watched by Langenbrunner back in behind. Henry fights through that. Boy, he's had a good game here tonight.
Yes, he has.
Now it's going to be Shepard to center. Miller. Ooh, nice dangle by Shepard. Speaking of good games. In on goal. He gets it in on goal as well. Glove save by Shantz as he hangs on. Don't forget, we're going to have the Chick-fil-A Chanhassen play of the game. It'll be tweeted out. Follow us at MN Hockey TV. Of course, we've got our website. I'm sure you're all aware of, where you can follow what we're doing and the games that we've got coming up each and every week.
It's a very pleasing website, too, with a lot of good information on it. Very visually pleasing.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm my own worst critic, so I appreciate that. Stansberry over to the right wing. Worms with it. Casey, marble now. He's watched on the play. Back to the stick of Brown. Jorgensen, nice job to toe the line. Quinn couldn't get through Stansberry. Stopped him. Sent in by Brown behind the net. Shantz guides this to the right corner. Here's Marble now. Pushes back for Jorgensen. That's too far for Stansberry. No ice on that play. Sent in by the Eagles. They'll regroup in their own zone with Stansberry now. He'll bump back for Casey. Here comes Graham. Gets away from him, but over comes Keppers. Now it's Marble to play this one to the line. Quinn comes away with it. Guides it to the corner. Graham, he had Quinn on the move. That gets away from Bear. Jorgensen makes the move through center. Anderson comes over to address him. That's off the skate of Marble, picked up by Bear back in behind. He's got a stick of Jorgensen in him. Now Marble was there, but here comes Anderson. Outlet to the right wing side. Keppers in stride, knocked away by John Middlestad. Now it's going to be Langfels. He's going to play it to the near boards. John Middlestad had a reach for that one as Keppers gloves that one down to the high slot area. John Middlestad, a buzzsaw, stays on that as he churns across the right wing side. He's watched by Lagerback. Steves is there. Back behind, they're going to rub him off the puck. It's going to be played back up. Anderson finds Lacombe. Lacombe through center. Langfels is there. Lacombe. Luke Middlestad lost his edge there as the puck hits the skate.
Nice recovery, though.
Lacombe gets to the corner, absolutely. Steves takes over. Two Skippers peeling themselves off the ice from the corner. Now Langfels comes away with it. We're closing in on the 7-minute mark of period number 1. Now it's period number 3. Oh, my word. Holt with it, plays this to the right wing side as there's Newhouse backing across the line. Streeter loads it up. He went high off the glass. Now it's Steves with it, gives up for John Middlestad. Back through center ice. Middlestad will find an opening and send that back in behind. Cut off by Shantz. Kiffin will take over. He's got Newhouse on the move. Gets away from one man. That's Pergandy. Now it's going to be Kiffin through center. He's sticked on the play, stays on it. Edges to the corner. Loses it now, and it's going to be Streeter to come back away with it. Kiffin bothered on the play. Pergandy is there along with Busby, who reaches through the traffic there and gets it ahead to Shepard, who finds Luloff across the line. Nice check by Henry. Luloff, though, unfazed, stays on the puck. Miller, left wing side for Newhouse. Newhouse jammed on the play by Luloff, and here comes Miller, takes over under control. Miller tries to slide through traffic. That's gloved down on the play by Pergandy. Shepard is pickpocketed by Newhouse, who's going to work through traffic. There's all sorts of white sweaters. And they're going to turn that aside, repel it. Now it's going to be Conan with it. Backing across the line as he hits Busby with it. Guides that back in behind. Worms is there. Langenbrunner hard around. Graham cuts it off. Back into the corner it goes. Quinn takes a chop at that. Here comes Brown through his own zone. Cuts to the right wing side. Graham, though, takes over across the line. Quinn comes away with it. Sits on it. Sends it toward the slot area. That hit Worms on the way through. Now it's going to be played up through center by Johnson. Now it's going to be Zitzlaff with it as he regroups in his own zone. Brown on him. Now Johnson there, bothered by Worms, picked up by Conan. Riku Brown got the stick in, and offside at the line was Brown with 8:14 to go here in the third.
Well, it was pretty tight. I can see why Riku Brown thought he could touch the puck and play would go on, but the linesman referee were right there to call that, so it's going to be a center ice faceoff, it looks like. But time is becoming an issue for this Tonka team. The Eagles give up what number do I have? They give up about 1.86 goals per game so far this year. Tonka's they're already at 2 right now, but the next one's going to be very difficult. But the next one's very, very important, obviously, for Minnetonka. They probably need to punch one in within the next couple minutes and then address the next challenge ahead of them. But they got to get on their horse. They have the energy there, but Eden Prairie committed to defense.
That was solid. Lionsman just bit it hard and unfazed.
He got right back up.
Got to give him credit. Rister misses the mark. Quick shot, again wide. Jorgensen on the carom. That's knocked away. Worms is there. Check. Penalty coming up. Oh, my word.
Well, looks like it might be Casey that's going to go for that one. Just got a little overzealous on that check, but 7:51 remaining in regulation time. It is going to be Casey for Eden Prairie that's going to go to the box. It looks like it's going to be a roughing call. But Minnetonka now gets a great opportunity. 26.5% power play, so very formidable. But Eden Prairie, 91.3 penalty kill. That's a big number for this Eden Prairie team. They have a lot of checks in the right boxes, this Eagle team does. Always an advantage in almost every statistical category, but throw that out the window. Minnetonka's got a power play, down by 2.
I was a little surprised by that penalty.
call.
Yeah, me too, actually.
A couple of those we've seen tonight.
Sure. Just consistency is what we look for.
At least
They've done a pretty good job so far,
great
though.
job. I mean, if that's a penalty tonight, it's a penalty.
Yep.
It's just like, guys, back to my baseball because of Josh Donaldson. What more can you say?
It's a good signing. I liked it.
Yeah, that's so lethal, that lineup. It's insane.
Yeah, where do you find an out?
Too bad he can't pitch it. There's a shot by Keppers off the glass and cleared the length of the ice by Steves.
You know, they did sign 2 pitchers. They might not be the A-grade
Rick
number
Hill
1.
is the real deal. I mean, if he can get through that elbow, he's going to be great. And then, Homer Bailey had his moments too. He was pretty good last year for the A's.
At least they were active in the offseason, for crying out loud. But we got a game here. Sorry to draw you away from that one.
We're not stoving it, man. I mean, pitchers, catchers in less than a month.
I know.
Let's
it's
go,
not coming
buddy.
quick enough.
I know. I can't wait.
Well, that'll mean sections will be right around the corner and
Fort
state
Myers,
tournament.
Twins, Sun, soaked skies.
One thing about Miller, number 21 in the blue, he's been activating all period long, trying to get a rush from the defensive position, get numbers down low. But Eden Prairie, again, standing up like a wall at their own blue line.
So far having a tough time. Are the Skippers getting set up in the power play as the Eagles are doing just this? They'll get it and ring it and clear it. Back into center, John Middlestadt helps it back in deeper. Now Zitzlov will work it with 35 to go in the power play, 6:23 to go in the period. Zitzlov, Streeter now at center. Newhouse across the line. Cuts away from traffic, stays on the puck, gives up for Conan. Conan, Newhouse open. Shoots, scores!
There it is.
Oh, one-goal hockey game here with 6:08 to go in the third period.
Wow, that was just a nice feed, good sequence. I was wondering if he saw him over there, and he's got good vision, so he just put it on Zitzlav's stick, and Zitzlav beat Rosenlund. That's the first time we said Rosenlund's name during that power play, so it doesn't have to be effective, or it doesn't have to look pretty. And that was actually a pretty nice play by Minnetonka. That's got to give him some energy. Now they're just one good shot away, 6:08, so plenty of time. This is going to change the dynamic of how Eden Prairie plays, but at least Minnetonka got some positive results for a lot of hard work and effort. But Eden Prairie, just their defense just couldn't keep that puck out of the net during that PK. And here's Newhouse.
Back into the corner now. Streeter checked by Middlestadt. Middlestadt checked in on him.
He did. He even made sure he's all right.
That's one of those I didn't mean to's. Steves fights through traffic. Stood up by Zitzlov as this thing's going to get interesting to the end. Back into the corner, Steves now. Runs into Zitzlov as they battle each other. Zitzlov rings the boards. Luke Middlestadt comes over to the right side. Back over for Steves. Rings this one hard. Here comes Langfeld to the corner. Streeter takes a poke at that one. 1-goal hockey game here with 5:15 to go in the third. Great Husong. Now to the left wing side. It's going to be handled by Henry to the right wing side for Streeter. Gains the line. Now comes Newhouse. He has the most recent goal. Oh, he had a shot there, but instead gives it up to Quinn. His shot was blocked. Newhouse for Quinn. Back up for Anderson. Lets the wrister go redirect. That didn't get through. And the Eagles clear that one to center. And we're going to bring it back down into Eden Prairie territory for an icing call.
Well, icing is a call that we haven't had to say a whole bunch tonight, but Minnetonka with some good pressure. It was Newhouse that gained the zone and did his dangles and put it on the stick. As you said, of Jack Quinn, he put a pretty good shot, but good defense by Eden Prairie. But I'd like to see Hunter Newhouse shoot the puck a little bit more. He's very unselfish. He's very skilled, but I think a couple more shots on goal might help him get more space. But everybody knows he's likely going to pass, but a couple shots might throw a different variable in how to defend him. Certainly not trying to tell that young man how to play. He certainly has a good handle on how the game's supposed to be played.
Back into the corner goes Graham. He gets it back. Quick touch pass from Miller. They're going to leave this one up. Kiffin's shot's deflected. That hit Quinn on the way in. He gets it back and plays behind. Here comes Brown from the corner. Brown's bothered on the play. Now it's going to be off the stick of Graham. He has Worms with him. Graham up to the left wing side, bumps the boards, finds Worms. Graham will have to play at center to the near side for Kiffin. Sidesteps his way to the right, plays back in behind. Rosalind cuts off. Now there's Langenbrunner up to Jorgensen, deflects, cut off. Uh-oh, Lacombe, he's dangerous. Backhand, that's deflected by Busby. Up and over the top of the net. Now here comes Brown with it through center. No room there, but gains the checkered. Oh, he doesn't gain the checkered, and icing the call.
Boy, they got him for the offsides. They got him on an icing. He just needed to take one more stride. He had room to do it. But with that long wingspan, I think he thought he had the line, but it's going to come all the way down. Now just 4 ticks under 4 minutes, 3:56 left in regulation time. 4-3 Eagles advantage. Offensive zone faceoff for this Skippers team. It's going to be Pergande against Teddy Lagerbach.
Pergande pushes over to Luke Middlestad. That's played back down. Zitzloff. Oh, that hits the official. Fortuitous bounce there for the Eagles. Conan plays the body there. Zitzloff sidesteps the check from Pergande. Now Lagerbach with it. Plays to the right wing side. Lacombe watched by Langfels. Lacombe tries to go inside out. Stopped on the play. And back into center go the Eagles.
Langfels played that perfect.
Indeed he did. Oh, cut off by Shepard. Took that one away from Keppers. Oh, he just misses the mark there. Now Zitzloff gathers in. Lacombe hit his stick and he lost the handle. John Middlestead. Eagles are just content to get each zone and play it deep with the 1-goal lead, protecting the lead. Lagerbach, little spinorama through center. Steves tries to muscle him. And now Lagerbach works through one man, but now it's going to be John Middlestead to the left wing for Steves. Kiffin gets there to chop that away. Here comes Busby. He's checked on the play. Lagerbach pushes that one through. Now it's going to be Langenbrunner with 2:49. John Middlestead with it. Across center, plays that back in behind. Chance will cut it off. Miller. Back over to the corner they go with it. Long pass to center. That one misses the mark and icing the call.
Well, I think Kiffin knows that he missed that one a little bit. He actually did have, it was Streeter initially, but it was Henry that was a little bit farther. But he put a lot of zip on that one all the way down. So faceoff's going to come in to Chance's right. Just 2:36 left in regulation time. We'll keep an eye on Chance. I'm thinking maybe about the minute and a half or so he might follow the play up if they have possession. But very important faceoff for Eden Prairie. If they can bottle them up and burn some time, that certainly works to their advantage.
Now it's Kiffin back behind for Miller. Miller long pass ahead and is going to miss Streeter. We're going to bring it all the way back down into Minnetonka territory.
Well, another misfire. You have to like the idea, trying to stretch them, get them off the blue line a little bit, give themselves some space, but you got to hit those passes. Too many offensive zone faceoffs. With the success that Eden Prairie's had in the dots, you're kind of playing with fate a little bit. A couple more seconds tick off the clock.
Pergande to draw against Newhouse. Shepard back into the corner. Miller is there. He'll guide it over to Kiffin to the near corner. Streeter exits the zone on the right side. He's going to take it across the line. Good mitts. He'll play this one. A little toe pull. Stays on it. Protects. Lagerbach. Oh, a shot. Puck's loose. Oh, sticks out of the hands. Lacombe's shot. Oh, and that hit Busby on the way in. Oh, my word.
Uh-oh.
Kiffin and Luloff. Kiffin, the net's empty. Oh, that could have been the game. And a penalty. Oh, my word. Penalty coming up, and Kiffin chirps. Luloff hangs the head as that one is sent into the bench area, and we have a power play with 1:54 to go.
Well, you have to feel for Jake Luloff, the sophomore forward. He was just trying to make a play, but nonetheless, an offensive zone trying to chase down the puck, but he's going to go to the box. 1:54 left in regulation time, so barring something unusual happen, they're going to be a man down for the remainder of this. The goaltender's still out of the box now, so it's going to be 6-on-4. A lot of room for this Minnetonka team to move, but that penalty kill from Eden Prairie is going to be tested right now, and I think Rosenlund's going to have to make a huge save before this one's said and done. But
or two.
This is pretty exciting.
The biggest save of the night was the one that hit Busby on the open net. Rosenlund's stick got knocked out of his hand by that shot. Little jostling over on the far circle there by Lagerbach and Luke Middlestead. Streeter kicks that one to the stick. This is Miller now. Kiffin. Ooh, nearly. Ooh. Net's empty.
Nice recovery.
Net is empty. 6-on-4. Now it's going to be Newhouse behind the net. Forces that out front. That's deflected away Newhouse. Lacombe. Nice stick by Steves. Kiffin better hurry. Steves is dangerous in the neutral. Now it's going to be Miller. Oh, his dump in was picked off by Luke Middlestead, who sends some sauce through center, knocked down by Kiffin. $1:19 to go in the period.
And I think that was going to go in if Kiffin didn't knock that down either. So nice play by the defenseman.
Miller gains center and knocks that. Oh, they said icing.
Well, goaltender's going to go back into the net, I'm sure.
Or offsides, actually.
Okay, well, he
I'd
might
say,
still.
I thought I heard him say ice.
So did I, actually. He did. He's coming all the way back. So Chance is going to come back in the goal. He'll follow the play up if they get possession.
I'm going to tell you, I was standing right here, and the linesman that called it was over on the far blue line, and that puck was on the red line when he let it go. You cannot call that from that far away. That's just me, but who am I?
No, let him play.
Well, it was – I can't believe goalie didn't say anything there.
He's got
the coach of me came out. Sorry,
right.
Sorry.
Take the head off, Pete.
It doesn't matter, but whatever. Now here's Miller with it. Lager back across center. Back off the ice goes Chance. Steves is there. Back pedals, flips it high in the air. Back at center. Kiffin knocks it down with his stick as he's going to look back up ice. 50 to go in the period. That's in Streeter's skates. Quickly over to Miller to the near side. Miller across the line. Gains his own, puts on the brakes. Weak side he goes. Lager back off the side of the net. Ooh, that had everybody oohing and eyeing here. One thing about being shorthanded, you got freebies to fire it down the ice with no punitive damage.
And the time keeps ticking off the clock.
Now it's going to be Newhouse at center with 27. Here's Newhouse cutting against the grain. Newhouse in the zone. He carries it deep. Newhouse in on goal. Ooh, that goes over the top of the net. 19 to go. Now Newhouse controls up for Kiffin. Kiffin shot. Rister. Blocker pad save. Turned aside Roseland. Streeter gets it back. Left side. Kiffin again. One more. Blocked by Holt. It went right into the breezers. And that's going to blow the whistle down with 5.5 to go. That could be a huge moment in this hockey game as Drew Holt got over and blocked that shot.
Well, it wasn't just the block, but he was cognizant enough because it kind of got stuck. He's limping a little, going back to the bench. Absolutely. Looks like Coach Goldsworthy's going to take a timeout, regroup. 5 seconds, still time to put some pressure on Roseland, but not only did Holt come out and block the shot, but he covered the puck to burn a little bit of time and get the whistle so they can regroup a little bit.
Well,
Trying moment.
You can get a face-off.
Huh?
You can get the face-off. And you have some time to do something.
Yeah, you don't have to go right for the net. You can really set up a play. But, again, bringing it back and just getting it to the shooter, it'd be interesting to see who's going to be in the face-off dot. If I'm going to put the coach's hat on, I'm sure they have this covered. You want to make sure that you have two good face-off specialists on the ice at the time in case one gets thrown out. You don't want a plan where they plan to get your primary guy out, so you go against an inferior face-off guy. So there's a lot of little things going on in this final 5.5. I promise it's going to be exciting, but both coaches kind of going over their final instructions. Coach Smith is how we're going to defend this face-off, and Coach Goldsworthy is kind of trying to draw up a play that he thinks is going to be a successful one, but I think it's been a pretty good kill by Eden Prairie so far. There have been some opportunities for Minnetonka. I love the way Hunter Newhouse worked his edges, went in front of the net. It was just a good stick by the Eden Prairie defenseman, but I like it when he goes for the net because everybody's on point, and he really generated some space and almost had a pretty good look at Roseland, but just another good defensive play by the Eden Prairie defense. It's going to be Lagerbach in the draw. And he's got kind of the personality where he might just go for the net, and he's got Streeter out front and Lacombe out front as well. They're going to probably crash in front, but
you have the 6-on-4. So, but they've got Steves in there to play goalie along with Luke Mittelstadt, John Mittelstadt. There's the face-off win. They try to get it to the point, and there's Steves to play it ahead, and that's going to do it. As this one goes in the books, and it was a terrific hockey game as the Eagles pick up a big win by a score of 4-3. They survived a scare there late in the game as the Skippers brought it.
Well, that's a character builder, really. This Eden Prairie team feeling a little stress and having success is not a bad situation. The more they feel the stress and they're able to deal with it successfully, the more they'll welcome it. So they're not going to shy away from tight games like this. Minnetonka, hold your head high. You played a sound game tonight. You did a lot of things very, very well, but you went against a team in their own backyard and came up just one good shot short, but you had your opportunities, something to build on. But it does kind of limit the streak that Minnetonka was on. Now it's time to get another one going and sustain that through. But they had a good showing tonight, but Eden Prairie kind of flexed their muscles a little bit in all the zones tonight, so they played a very complete game tonight.
Best part about these teams is they get to play again.
Yeah.
That's
and that'll be back at Pagel.
And we'll be there.
Yes,
indeed. So that's going to do it here tonight. The score reads the Eden Prairie Eagles 4, the Minnetonka Skippers 3. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter for the Chick-fil-A play of the game. We got some dandies that our producer David Hillen and I will pick out to choose from, and we will be back on the air. We've got a ton of games on Hockey Day Minnesota. Starts at 12:30 with the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights in action, JV and varsity action. Edina girls will be in action. We'll have Eden Prairie right here at home against St. Michael Albertville, and then Edina and Wayzata provided that they don't wash it out with the snow. But I think we're going to be good here. It's sounding, according to me, to our camera guy, Patrick Lilia, that's going to come in a burst. So let's play some hockey on Saturday. Let's get it done.
Looking forward to it.
We're going to wrap it up here for Patrick Lilia, David Hill, and Bart Archer. I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.